I was born in Las Vegas in 1948, and there were about 40,000 people here then. No paved streets. I was horse and buggy, mud slides when it rained, a lot of shacks, a lot of tents. And my mother had bought her own property back in the 40s. I was born in 48, so she built her first house in 1948 with me on her hip. I thought that it was heaven because there were real roosters out there, chickens out there. People had vegetable gardens. People stuck together. There was a little village church. There were village stores. There were women that cooked the best food you'd ever want to eat. And then as the communities start to build, construction, maintaining, building up communities, starting residential areas. The little area that I grew up in is called now the historic West Side. And a block from where we actually were raised was a street called Jackson Street. And this street had all of these nightclubs because at that time, African Americans weren't welcomed on the Strip or downtown. So they had their own businesses. They built their own clubs. They built their own cleaners, bowling alleys, grocery stores, dry cleaners. And I had the opportunity to just stand in my front yard and listen to music from some of these casinos. These bands were phenomenal. There would be people like Sam Cooke, Ike and Tina Turner, Bobby Bland, James Brown, all of these famous people. Pearl Bailey, you could see her crossing the street. Sammy Davis, they were just mainstays in the community. And it was just wonderful to see all of this. So, I mean, in my mind, it was glamorous, it was wonderful, and it was country. So, and then there was a broad mixture of people from the most illiterate to the highest educated people that you would ever meet. You would have doctors and lawyers that lived in the same community with us. They would frequent the same churches. And even to this day, some of those people that came and helped build this community, people like Bob Bailey, they have schools, buildings named after them. They have streets named after them, like buildings like Sarah Ann Knight Preddy, who was the first African American woman to have a gaming license, and I believe in the world. She was right in the community and just a mentor. I could reach out and touch and talk to these people. So as I think back to all of these professionals, and some of the professionals that came in that were educated, like Mabel Hogard, who was one of the first black educators that came to Las Vegas, and has a school named after her, a magnet school named after her. She and her husband used to pick me up and take me to Sunday school. And what a joy to substitute now at a school with the name and the legacy of this woman who actually was so close to us and our family that I was able to go to Sunday school with her. And then our first elected official lived right across the street from me. People who own their own businesses lived in the same block. And it was so interesting because it was a broad mixture from one extreme to the other. And then there's good and bad elements in every community. But in our community, I felt protected. I felt adored. And I felt that I had to take what was given to me and build upon that and bring something more beneficial back to the community as a role model later in life.